So welcome, and here we are. Episode 1 of our journey here on YouTube. If you've watched our introductory video, you'll know exactly what's on the horizon in forthcoming content. We aim to show you the day-to-day running and general tasks required to complete repairs of all types to most vehicles.
Quite a belting day, good weather-wise, and we managed to get TBR back in the workshop on the trolley. That's ready for a bit of work. We've got a load of panels to paint tomorrow. A little job there that just wants priming in the morning, and then we'll have to blend this door because it's a D5 metallic. It's pretty hard to match. Then we've got Subaru on the ramp ready for front bumper strip down tomorrow, and that's having radiator out, cross member first, and then we're going to address the sills. Yeah, so that's on the agenda as of tomorrow. Right, bank holiday Monday. We're supposed to be just doing our own stuff today, but we have ended up doing a little bit of work anyway. Today's the day. Got everything prepped. We're going to lift this off today. Adam's going to start by emptying the boot because I've got quite a lot of stuff in here. Some of the previous owners' kit in here. I don't know what any of that lot is. We're going to return it to her. Let's get some fuel. So we're going to start by taking the tank out. And then we're going to take the centre roof, just slides out, and down there there's a little, so for those of you that don't know, that little silver thing behind the gear knob, you turn that to open the doors. Now, because there's no power on this, we're going to have to, usually there's a little solenoid underneath the mirror, and that'll open the door when you press it. Obviously, no door handles, no solenoid power, there's no battery on it. So we'll do it manually there, just on a cable. Open the doors. I'm going to take both seats out, and then bonnet off. Radiator out, and then we can get to the 2 bolts underneath there, and yeah, that's going to be off today. So we'll film this as we go. It's nice actually seeing a little bit of progress on it finally. And Adam's just doing he's hit a pothole on his bike, so he's just doing his front wheel bearings because they smashed to bits. They arrived on Saturday, so I'm going to do that. We'll show you as we go. The tank's out. We've got these 4 bolts to do here, and the 2 underneath were it was them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so these were so rotten underneath, I've had to cut them off with a grinder just to take the heads off them. And similar, we're going to have a go at these 2 19s down here now, which are the bottom chassis bolts, and then these 2 5mm, might be 6mm, Allen key bolts, which go into the chassis as well. So these 4 mounting points now we've got the tank out. Yeah. I think that's going to snap. We snapped my big green 3/8, didn't we, Adam? I know. Leverage. Maybe. Oh. Oh. That one's moving. That's pretty good. There's a lot of them. I struggle to get them out.
Been sat that long and it's just been rusting, hasn't it?
here. Yeah, got it here. Straight out, no bother. It's a passenger side Allen key. It's done. Driver side out, no bother. And yeah, I'm using the T-bar because Adam's got the ratchet. And the other one is horrible to use. It's done the job anyway. It's pretty good actually those. I didn't expect that to come out so clean. Just going to throw everything in here for now because we will be replacing these with stainless items anyway, so yeah. 219s down the bottom now. And get a spanner on them, see how we do with them. Both rounded at the bottom. Yeah. Not quite enough access into them now. That bolt at the bottom's rounded as well. Can't really get anything on there. No, not having it. Not having it, that one. Let's have a look. The bottom one. What's rounded? The head of the bolt or the bolt's just spinning? Just not even gripping it. Right, okay, so if you undo in there. Yeah, you just weren't in for it for your socket. Pull the bolt out. That's it. One. Oh my god. So that's the bolt. Actually, as well. Not actually that bad. Just replace them with A2. Busy one last night. Well, all day yesterday, very, very busy. Took the body off the TVR, bit of a nightmare. Ran out of battery twice on the camera, so we didn't get all of the footage we wanted to, but you'll get the gist of it. A few little hiccups that we got into. Just about to take Alfie to school. And drop him off on the side of the road outside the school, and then you can walk down to the gates. And I'll make the journey to work. Which usually takes about 20-25 minutes because we've got new bypass work going on. So yeah. And there's the chassis in all its glory. Some really, really, really bad bits on this. I mean, I don't know how bad this was when they actually stopped driving it. 10 years ago, maybe. But it was really bad. I mean, you can just see on the exhaust on the header there where we just caught it on the fiberglass coming through. We just had enough room. Really, we should have taken them off, but these bolts are really badly corroded, and the access wasn't that great while it was in, so try and get it out. We knew we had work to do on the body anyway, so it wasn't detrimental. But these outriggers, the driver's side, just completely gone. The engine and gearbox really are the only two components on here, the gear linkage and the handbrake mechanism, that I'm really interested in. We might revive the diff, but I've got pretty much everything else. Discs, calipers, new set of shocks, new drive shafts, new fuel pump, a new starter motor, new alternator, new steering rack, well, preconditioned steering rack. The headers, I don't know, I might have a look around, see if I can find some others, maybe some stainless, I don't know. We'll have a look and see what we can find. This outrigger on this side it has been done, but just not very well, and yeah, I think that's probably the reason why that's gone. In fact, you can see where they've not even welded across the top where they can't get. They've just welded the bottom, which is really bad. Don't know who did that, but you can still see the cut mark. It's really bad. The fuel pump on these is located down here on the bottom of the suspension, on the bottom of the chassis, right underneath the drive shaft, and it takes all the crap from the road. So we're going to be moving that. We're going to be mounting that internally. A lot of the TVR lads have done that. So that's that. The engine overall, I had a look inside. It doesn't look too bad. It's got oil in it. It turns over. It is free. So I think we're just going to make sure we've no major oil leaks. So just pour a couple of litres of oil in it, which actually came with the car, so it's not like it's costing us anything to do it. I'm going to put a couple of litres of oil in it, just make sure it's not pouring straight out the bottom anywhere, as the filter is quite rotten. I don't know whether it's leaked. There is very little oil in it, so I'm gathering there must be a bad oil leak on it somewhere. And then we'll get some easy start out, and we'll just see if we can get a bit of a noise out of the old girl. And as long as it cracks up and we haven't got any major smoking issues or anything, I think we'll just take it out and just go right away through it, just refurb it. We'll probably leave the short motor alone and just change the cam, spark plugs, all the serviceable items that we can without going right into it. Because it's only 69,000 miles, so you know, these Rover V8s are usually pretty good. So I don't think we'll have any issue with bottom end, unless we hear a bit of something when we crack it up. I'm just going to leave that alone, and it's relatively easy to do once it's in the car anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So yeah, it's pretty bad this. I don't think I've ever seen another one quite as bad as this. And this is a white chassis, and the white ones seem to be the worst for rot. The exhaust is split. We'll be putting a new stainless system on it anyway, so I'm not too bothered about that. Yeah, not much. Morning everyone. So what's in the bag? Little summer piece of kit that we use just to help speed things up. Try and get through the jobs a little bit quicker, especially the smaller jobs, with like mirror caps and bumper corners, tiny little bits of stuff. Really, you can't really do massive jobs in this, but let's get it out and I'll show you what it is. Little job this morning, Wednesday. This came in yesterday. Small little damage on the back corner of the rear door, driver's rear door, and some marks on the side up the quarter panel there where it had been damaged with an umbrella. So we just buzzed that back and filled it, and just putting some high solids primer on it now, infrared curing it. 2 infrared just in the workshop. There's no need for it to be in the paint booth really. It's not midwinter and weather's a bit warmer, so as long as we're above 10 degrees we're alright. This one will be painted later on today, so I'll show you the prep process with that. Back on it again, another late night. Wednesday. Subaru on the ramp. Partial strip down of the front end now, just so that we can get to the cross member that we need to. Tom's doing his brakes, so they're pretty new, but I don't think they put copper slip in the pads or anything because they're squeaking a little bit. Just give those a little bit of a service. Discs aren't that old. So front bumper. Turn that radio down. Front bumper off. We've discovered we've got quite a bit of rot behind here, so we're gonna have to deal with these spotlight. I think these are just mounting plates really. We'll probably buy these pretty cheaply online if they're available. If not, we'll just fabricate some new ones up. Got quite a lot of rot. Well, that one's completely missing on the driver's side. We've got a little bit of rot here, so this bolt-on item I think we'll just replace with a new one. Because if that ever hit anything, it'd be game over. It'd just crumble. It's just absolutely gone. A little wafer biscuit on there and get some ice cream. And this is a cross member that we're going to be replacing. We've got a brand new cross member for this. So radiators will probably suspend and leave in the car. We'll just paint the top of the cross member before we actually weld it in, and then we'll go around it and weld in the bits and then touch up the bits that we can get to. Yeah, so that's progress for Wednesday. Morning everyone. I'm driving Thursday morning. It's a bit of a short week for us this week because I'm going away for the weekend, bit of a family thing to do every year. Been a very, very busy week getting the recording in, keeping up to date with all the project stuff, and any of you guys who have a body shop will know that when you're under pressure with one job, you're under pressure with all of the jobs, because you kind of spend your time on that one particular job and then you end up not doing as much on the others, whereas normally you would spread your time across half a dozen jobs. So in order to get rid of that one job, you are effectively salvaging time from the other jobs, which would normally make progress across the board and everything. So tend not to put all our eggs in one basket too much, but this week we've just had to because it's a short week. The body's off the TBR now, as I'm sure you've seen earlier on in the video. I don't know whether that's already in yet or not, but yeah, I've started getting bits together for that, ordering bits for that. We know pretty much what we're up against with that now, and the prep will start on that next week. Then Nissan's up and running, S14A, so that's bodywork wise, we'll get that on the ramp probably later today, and just have a quick inspection, just see what we need to order repair panel wise. I've already got some of the outer panels and some sill repair sections for the back. Other than that, it's just standard bodywork repair. So yeah, anyone who's watching this has got a what I would say medium-sized body shop. There's a lot of the weather can play havoc on day-to-day basis, trying to get things organised from the night before, get everything in, so you can make sure that the jobs you're working on the next day are dry, just in case it is raining. And then sod's law, you come in the next day and it's sunshiny. Today it's a little bit overcast, and we're going to put the pop-up paint booth up, the inflatable booth up. We've got a small blowing to do on a little Kia, so just on the edge of the spoiler, so I'm going to do that in there. I'll record that, and then yeah, there's some other repair procedure work, priming, flatting primer, prepping for paint, blowing, demonstration videos and some product demonstration stuff as well. So they'll probably be out, I would say, the end of the month, end of May, just while we get everything organised, because they're quite specific, trying to create a little area just to do those videos in. And the workshop's very busy getting rid of project stuff that's been lying around since Christmas that just needs a bit of time finishing off. Once we're done with that, that's it then, just roll on. The attention, normally the kind of work that we get this time of year right the way through the summer is trade work, people getting the cars they're bringing them back out on the road. Maybe they've caught them in the garage over the winter, or they've had them in storage somewhere, or they just notice little marks and just want to get little things tidied up. So we start getting quite a lot of nice stuff this time of year, which is nice to work on. We're also going to drop in this next video some of the stuff that we've already done, big projects start to finish, just little snapshots of the work, not full videos but little snapshots with some narration over the top of it, just explaining what we've done, how long it's taken, because it's a bit of a bone of contention, and you guys that have got your own place will know that some of that project work, once you get into it, you find more to do, there's extra stuff added along the way, you get busy with work, the insurance work takes priority over everything, because obviously it's a business, not a charity. So we're trying to that's what we're trying to do, make money. And in order to make that good money on that work and that private work, that allows us then to be flexible on what we charge people for the bigger project work. We're not charging like 20 grand to do full restoration on stuff and refabricate floors, and we are very competitive. Some people say we're too cheap, but we do need the time. Some of these guys that are doing the full restorations, that's all they do, and they'll maybe have like 3 or 4, maybe half a dozen of those over the course of a year, and stretch them all out, and that's all they do. Maybe put it on a stage payment plan, I don't know, but we literally take a deposit and then work through it around all the in and out work. We don't take more than 6 on a year, so by the time you get to summer, you're glad to be rid of everything, and everyone's got the cars back for for the summer then, and they can use them. Right, so that's it lacquered now. We've done the little blend, a little bit of fade out thinners just on this corner here, just lose it into there. Only a couple of tiny little specks really. The rest of it's really good. Just got it on the infrareds now. We'll leave it on there for, I would think, probably about 15-20 minutes. Don't need any longer than that. And yeah, we'll get the 2 blends just buffed in. You can see around the edge of the masking, been nowhere near any of the edges with the colour, apart from just up the top where the small scratch was, and into there where we've just made sure we've got a good colour match there. So yeah, we'll show you this when it's outside. It's a sunny day today, so yeah, just give it 20 minutes, half an hour on these lamps. Let's tack off and we'll get right, so the Kia's out, all done, dusted, polished, back together, handle back in. So you might remember the damage that was up here where the umbrella had gone up the side. That's all gone now, back to brand new. And the damage to the back edge of the door where it was bent over and lipped, that's all brand new again now. Bob on job. So a little bit earlier on today, we've just got it back in because I wasn't happy with the colour match to this edge of the spoiler here. So in the pop-up booth you'll see a bit earlier on, we've blown this little triangular section in here so that this matches bang on. And then just lost the blend across the roof there, which has gone in perfect. Customer's on his way for it. It'll be about 10 minutes. It's a nice glorious day, so I'll leave it outside, wait for him to get it. Right, so that's the end of the week, lead up to the bank holiday. Massive week this week, got loads done, loads of late nights. I think that's just a body shop thing, that. You ask any body shop guy, you tend to get left alone at night a little bit more, so you can get stuff done. We've had the electricians in, finishing the last bit on the electric heater conversion from gas. They've been doing their bit yesterday. I thought they might come back today, but maybe not. But yeah, another belting week. We've been finishing off a few of our long-term winter projects that we're now under pressure to get out for summer, because obviously the sun's come out, everybody wants cars back on the road and use them. So we've kind of left some of the mainstream work to one side this week, try and concentrate on that. But it'd be good to get rid of those, and there's some good numbers on them as well, so nice little paydays coming in off those, which we can use to put into some of our other stuff we've got going on for the summer. My brother's not been very well this last week, so a lot of the editing for the videos hasn't been done, and I don't really want to pressure him because he's got quite a lot on with work anyway. So I think he's just been mustering through the week and dosing himself up with tablets and whatnot just to try and get through the week, just to get the work done. But there's some nice stuff coming. We've got some workshop work in there, there's some repair procedure work, some product showcasing, and we'll be making a start on the TVR because my middle son is coming to do work experience with us for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, we'll get him involved in a few of the project jobs. That's about it really for this week. TVR split into two now, so one set of us will deal with the chassis and the mechanical side of it. We're going to try and get an engine fire up on that probably mid till end of the week, this forthcoming week. We'll just see how the weather holds up, because I could just do with a good morning or a good afternoon outside doing that. Yeah, and then on with the truck and the Nissan. So we'll see if now, this is one that we lashed in over the weekend. And as you can see, it's a nice bit of polishing. I'm going to Raptor underneath the arches, reseal them all. This has had rear arches in it. A lot of metal work. Step, inner and outer, lower panel underneath the petrol flap there. Step inner, step outer. A lot of work. New tubs, literally all of that lower step out. Got this on trolleys, makes it a lot easier to get around the workshop. Nice big wheels on them. This has all been sealed underneath. Sealed everywhere where it's had welding, it's had arches in it, front, inner and outer, some repair work under there. So we're going to seal that up today, get it all raptored, leave that to dry overnight. So we'd previously put a new windscreen in it, and the lads have just got to come back and just put the sealing around the outside. Pop top's been done. We had to actually do that again. We've had to remove the filters out the top of the boot just to get the height on it, but there was some bird dirt. It's been sat around quite a bit, this vehicle, because we've been on and off it, week in, week out, doing little bits. We found extra little bits and things that we weren't quite 100% with. But we're there now with it now. Just drop all the panels back on it and get it all polished. It takes time, you know, to prep everything and get all the edges bang on and backmask everything properly. A lot of masking, but it's a real nice finish. This is Octoral 2K paint. Very little nibbing to do on this. It's very, very clean. Maybe you can quite pick it up on camera, but yeah. So we'll tidy up some of this today. Same again this side. Arch on the back, lower sill repair piece, inner and outer sills at the front, a strengthener, and the front arch inner and outer, and then same again, just up the pillars. Yeah, be a good one to get out of the way. So rebuild today. We'll do a little update on this later on once we've got all the the masking off it and some panels back on and lights back in, glass and things like that. And yeah, update you again probably tomorrow. Having some new lights kind of mocked up today, so everything's a little out of sync everywhere in here until we get the filters back in and whatnot. But we just decided to put some speakers in the corners and get these lights replaced for LEDs, which the lads are trying to get sorted now. But yeah, and we have a CCTV wired up in here now, a remote control. So yeah, you can see up there, but holes up there for the speakers. So we'll have the radio in here. So there's going to be a new feature coming, and these lads have finished today. There's going to be a new feature coming called the Disco Painter, and that's basically going to be me getting a job ready at the end of the day, sending the rest of the crew home, and yeah, just come in. It's when you're doing a full flick, it can take a couple of 3 hours to get around everything properly. So you're on your own for a bit, so a bit of music in the background, and yeah, set 2, just lift the mood a little bit.